Welcome back. Again, we're unpacking a whole host of parental rights issues, especially as they impact education of their children. And joining me is Amelia Willis, spokesperson for PAFE, Parents as First Educators. So we were talking about the York District School Board, how they brought in the special professional development day for teachers learning. There seems to be this is not the only case of this. Is there not another situation where there was this infamous Kike Ojo who was brought back in, this woman who's come back in to educate again the teachers, and all this happening on professional development days?
Yeah, so Kike Ojo Thompson runs the Kojo Institute, which infamously was present in the Toronto School Board, where the principal, Richard Bilkso, he actually committed suicide, and his lawyers and family attribute that to the bullying that he received from or during the Kojo Institute sessions for inclusivity and anti-racism.
So I've got
So
to pause you
that's
there. So because that's very serious, and I do remember reading about this school principal who took his life in the summer of 2023. So just so that I understand it, because I don't want to just gloss over it. So what happened with this principal? He was in professional training with the rest of his teachers repeatedly, or
yeah, yeah. So he was in one of these sessions that the board was putting on, and went to discuss the issues of how racist Canada is versus the States. That was a big topic. And Ojo Thompson's point was that Canada has significantly more systemic racism than the States. And so the principal pushed back, politely wanting to discuss the matter. And instead of having a conversation, he was told he was a white supremacist. He was bullied for the rest of the session, and then a week later, again online bullied by the facilitator, Kike Ojo Thompson.
oh my? And then what happened?
So a WSIB claim ruled that her conduct towards him was, in quotes, egregious, abusive, and vexatious, and was considered workplace bullying. Um, and yet, despite all this, the York Region District School Board has decided to have her institution back to do another online training seminar, which is, I think, a very tone deaf um, and insensitive decision based on the recent issues surrounding this institution.
So Mr. Blitzko, then this principal of a school, he was put on leave, or what happened? Because we went from like what happened in those months before he took his life?
I believe he was put on leave. I think he took leave for mental health. Like he was bullied so significantly that he took a step back for his own mental health. And the harassment continued.
My goodness. Wow. Well, I'm really sorry to have to hear that, and I can imagine what that family's dealing with. That's a lot.
Mhm.
So now we have this speaker back in the class, black for training for teachers on the professional development day. So where does all this leave us? I mean, we hear about these guest speakers coming into schools to students. Then we hear about these speakers coming into schools. And again, like people can have their theories. I'm okay with people having their own beliefs. It's a free country. I get it. But when it comes down to our teachers and our schools, shouldn't we be a bit more careful?
Yeah, I think we do need to be more careful, but there also needs to be it needs to be a safe place to have discussion. If if you're going to have these seminars and these speakers who are controversial or not, you have to have, if people want to discuss what they're saying, that should be allowed. It shouldn't result in harassment and bullying to to a detrimental point. Um,
Well, especially when we have uh, such aggressive anti-bullying campaigns that schools are supposed to be engaging in, and then to have bullying happen, according to WSIB, bullying happen on a workplace development day. I mean, that's just mind-boggling. Always, many issues that seem to be happening. I mean, it's great that we've had some positive steps here, but we'll have to definitely keep our eye on some of these issues. Amelia, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me on.